the launch of the issue 4 of the Panther City Review. I'm very excited to be able to have y'all all here today. I just want to take a moment to thank Tina with Leeds for hosting this event tonight. I very much appreciate it. I appreciate all of you for being, if you're not one of our riders, for being the family of one of our riders and friends of our riders. And even if you are just showing up because you're like, oh, this sounds like a cool event, I'll show up to this. We thank you, because without you, we would not be able to do what we're doing. So thank you very much for all the supporters. I do appreciate you. And I personally want to thank, well, I'm not going to go and thank each one of you individually, although I think I already have as I was giving you your books. I'm like, thank you so much. Without you, I would not have been able to. So our first reader is going to be, I do it alphabetically. I think that would then be Rob. So everybody has to follow Rob, which I'm going to tell you. I had everybody say to me that knows Rob, saying, please don't put me behind Rob. Because Rob is an actor and he's fantastic and brilliant.
And it's very short, so if you want to read a little bit of this. So Starlight, Star Bright. It was Tuesday when Gloria first noticed a star burning brightly where there had never been a star before. See, Gloria had no experience in astronomy, so she didn't think much of the new star in her backyard sky. Now it was Friday. The star had not moved. Though all of the other stars and the rest of the sky had changed positions, the new star was shining clear. Now Gloria didn't notice.
It's all chopped up from what it is here because it's way too long to read. So it kind of looks like the Mueller report. That's all anyway.
But infinitely more interesting, I can tell you that.
Yes. Trapped in Silk, Chapter 1. When Dylan Thompson entered the Gentleman's Club, he had no idea that his life would change forever. Just as the name suggested, the entrance to Empire was flanked by 2 oversized Roman columns. When he opened the door, the pheromones reached over the threshold to pull him into a den of musty cologne and hormones. He swaggered down the red carpet laid out before him, passing an oversized gilded mirror to his right. He caught a glimpse of himself, a good-looking man, father and husband.
And he had happily given her permission to place the signs on his land. First time she had planted signs here, someone had yanked them out of the ground, torn them each in half, and left them on the side of the road. Hoping that this was an isolated incident, Emily had quietly replaced the signs and moved on. Then, last week, someone had taken her signs altogether. What flustered Emily the most was that, although she was a Wayland County native, people were still swiping or destroying her campaign signs. Emily, of course, understood that winning Wayland County, which was not densely populated, would probably have little impact on the statewide results, but she was nonetheless determined to win for the sake of pride. She had attended school from kindergarten to 12th grade here, had even been on the Warnell War Dogs drill team, and had worked with the local Hoggly Woggly with his whole family.
Northside Drive. What if I went places and did things? Saw more than this crumbling castle with towering weeds I call sunflowers, casting shadows, like skeletons marching to the front room where I no longer go. What if I climbed down this mountain made by waste of my existence, thrown out of each window until they can no longer open? So I cut holes in the floor. Higher and higher on top of styrofoam and plastic. No, you won't go out to sea. You stand right here with me. We're gonna lay down what we bought, never more to room. The newsman dead and gone, his family a relic of wartime sacrifice, a hero's itinerary carefully constructed to bring us.
Because they call themselves Mexica. That's really their term. So I was making that point. And this is a prologue to Mexica. It is the year 1550, but in their year it's called New Fire. Teoshiti threw down his empty pulque jug, smashing it against rocks. He belched, snorted, wiped the back of his sleeve across his nose and lips while climbing up the grassy hill. Effulgent stars showered the mountain's brilliance, allowing him to ascend without fear of falling. Come on, boys, Tio will show you magic tonight. The Mexica priest called himself Tio. Now, since it sounded like Tio,
Banded flyers, many have fluttered down, fading colors to growing, shifting pile of yellowy newspapers. Occasionally, death gets time off, time being relevant. Carrying box of marked down garbage bags, he shuffles and stoops across the porch, bagging the
Dirk
sad.
is a former Stockman's Association ranger who's turned private eye. She's hired him to tail George. He did photograph George and a mystery woman outside the Caravan Tourist Courts on the Jacksboro Highway, or as it was known back then, Thunder Road. Sharp slid Mrs. Griffin's report in the 8x10s into a manila envelope and then banged out a quick invoice for the work. He grabbed his hat and was out the door by 11:15. Good day's work, good morning's work. He parked one door down and across the street from the Griffin's frame house, deciding a little discretion couldn't hurt in these matters. Sharp knocked at the front door and Mrs. Griffin called just a minute. She opened the door and looked at him for a moment through the screen before she recognized what this meant. Mr. Sharp? Good morning, Mrs. Griffin. I'm afraid I'm here with not so good news. She looked at the large brown envelope he was holding. You could almost hear her brain go click. Oh, no, he couldn't. No, he had a lodge meeting last night. He was at the Bempy's. Sharp shook his head. She glanced right and left to see if any neighbors might see him in
A
the house.
film producer is coming to meet with Danny, as the young lady at the university. Since she can't go anywhere else, she has to stay at the university unless you get dressed. She didn't really want to. The meeting was to take place on the 4th floor of the main administration building, which Adam found with minimal difficulty after the security officer at the campus entrance gave him a map and directions along with a visitor parking pass. Adam rode the elevator to the 4th floor and found the room number he had been given, a conference room with a clear glass wall facing the corridor and a large window overlooking most of the campus. The room was empty since Adam was almost 20 minutes early. He set his briefcase down on the table and stood at the window watching the foot traffic below. Seeing naked Danny down there without a stitch of clothing in the middle of everybody was jarring, even after seeing the news reports and reading her book. Two women in business attire walked on either side of her.
First one is called Patience and Acceptance. It says, opinions purpose to grow among roots in depleted soil, have no nourishment to support a harvest of plenty. Tilling the human soil may stir up anguish tinged with despair. Lest humble, empathetic compassion is applied, fertilizing barren ground. Diligence sprinkled with honesty, spread generously over warm earth, produces sprouted seedlings, bursting with hope. Acceptance, the raw hand, dirt is as is, yet knowing amendments must be added to soften the plow of the tongue. Pressing the ground to change its consistency without enhancements is a foolish endeavor born of bone.
The story I'm going to read from, it's in this version, is called Bad Day for Omens. And that's also the summary of the story. It's just a really bad day for omens. Particularly, in this case, black cats. Cuddles burst through the pet door and slowly pattered his way to the bar. He was in a surly mood, no doubt about it. Boo Boo, Schmoopy, and Mr. Bigglesworth were lapping their suds at the table but popped their heads up at the sound of the pet door slamming shut. Jellybean sat at the bar, mostly ignoring his saucer of scotch and idly playing with his food, the yellow-brown pinion mouse that he thought he had wanted when he ordered it. Cuddles hopped up on the stool next to Jellybean, pounded his paw on the bar, and muttered, "Pour me a scotch, Waddle, and make
From being
me
dating work. After all, I'm a nice guy, hardwired for a long-term relationship. Surely some woman would see that, and the rest would be history. Boy, was I ever wrong. I think something on the scale of Columbus believing that bumping into a few islands in the Caribbean meant he was on his way to China and mega riches, or working class voters buying any of Trump's flim flam faux populist rhetoric. World class wrong. For example, none of the dozen or so women I've dated have been my ideal exactly, but I've always tried to see the good in each one. Some had nice smiles, while others were good conversations. But women I've found are not quite so broad-minded. It's as if they look at you and decide right away that you don't quite go with their decor. They're like shoppers who know exactly what they want, and it hasn't been me.
I had stopped thinking about them. So that today, when I found an old picture, you holding a basket, and your hands unexpectedly up close, I remembered what they felt like. Your long fingers a little rough. You bit your nails off and on, so sometimes you hid them. But this must have been a period when you had defeated that by smoking cigarettes. It was always a double battle, wasn't it? Paying for beautiful hands with dark lungs. But your hands are lovely in this picture. The bones strong, the flesh knowing, meticulously groomed, holding the basket, not tightly, but securely.